Good morning, students. Today we are going to study Union Executive. The Union Executive implements the laws framed by the Union Legislature. It also implements the programs and policies of the Union government. The Union Executive consists of the President, Prime Minister, and his Council of the Ministers. The President is the head of the executive only in the name, whereas the Prime Minister and his Council of Ministers from the actual executive members. Next topic, President. Article number 52 of our Constitution has created the post of the President. Article number 52 of our Constitution has created the post of the President. The Indian President is the constitutional head of the country. He is first citizen, the head of the executive, and also commander-in-chief of all three armed forces like Army, Navy and Air Force. He enjoys highest position in the country as he is the custodian of all executive powers of the nation. No court of law can question his conduct or persecute him. Next topic, election of the president. Article number 54 and 55 of the Constitution stipulate the way of the president should be elected. The president is elected by an electoral college of elected members of both the houses of parliament. All elected members of the legislative assemblies of all the states. The Supreme Court judge administers him the oath of office. His term of office is 5 years. He is eligible for re-election. When he goes against the Constitution, he can be removed from office by the Parliament through a motion of impeachment. Next topic, what are the qualifications? First one, he should be citizen of India. Second one, he should have completed the age of 35 years. Third one, he should be qualified for re-election as a member of Lok Sabha. Third point, once again I'll repeat, he should be qualified for election as member of the Lok Sabha. Fourth one, he should not hold any office, profit under the government. Next topic, powers of the president. First one, executive powers. All administration is carried out in the name of the president. The president appoints the prime minister and on his recommendation appoints the other ministers also. The president has the power to appoint persons to high posts like Attorney General, Controller and Auditor General, judges of the Supreme Court and High Court, governors, chairman and members of the Finance Commission, chairman and members of the Union Public Service Commission, election commissioners, commander-in-chief to the three armed forces, and the ambassadors to the different countries. Next power, legislative powers. The president has the power to summon the parliament or postpone his sessions. He may also address a joint sitting of the both houses or dissolve the Lok Sabha. A bill passed by both the houses becomes act only after it receives the approval of the president. The president may either re-examine such bill, return them or withhold them for some time. He may also nominate 2 Anglo-Indians to the Lok Sabha and 12 members to the Rajya Sabha. In all these functions, he acts upon the recommendation of the Prime Minister and his Council of Ministers. Next one, judicial powers. The President has the power to reduce the term of imprisonment of criminals. The President has the power to reduce the term of imprisonment of criminals and to cancel the capital punishment. He can approach Supreme Court for suggestions with reference to the legal matters of the country. Next point, financial powers. The finance bill cannot be introduced in the Lok Sabha without the permission of the President. It is only after the President grants permission that the reports of the Finance Commission and the Controller and Auditor General are discussed in Parliament. Next one, military powers. The President is the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. He appoints the Chief of the Army, Navy and Air Force on the recommendation of the Union Cabinet. He also declares war and peace on the recommendation of the Parliament. Last topic, emergency powers. The President has the power to declare emergency in unnatural situation. This is explained from article number 352 to article number 360 under 18th part of the Constitution. This concept is borrowed from Government of India Act 1935. The effects of the emergency on the fundamental rights and the management is borrowed from the Constitution of Germany. Based on the written recommendation of the Union Cabinet, the President can declare the emergency on 3 occasions. What are the occasions? First one, national emergency, article number 352. Second one, state emergency, article number 356. Last one, financial emergency, article number 360. Thank you, dear students.